Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Global news reports on a massive tsunami that occurred in an Alaskan fjord last year following a landslide of over 64 million cubic meters of rock. The resulting wave reached an unprecedented 481 meters in height, taller than the CN Tower's highest viewing platform, making it one of the largest recorded. A new study published in Science, co-authored by Dan Sugar of the University of Calgary, reveals a critical link between the tsunami and the rapid retreat of the South Sawyer Glacier, which previously acted as a natural barrier to the landslide. Sugar emphasized the catastrophic potential of such events and issued a warning for British Columbia, particularly for towns like Prince Rupert and Port Alberni located at the heads of similar fjords. He highlighted the growing hazards posed by continued global warming, which accelerates glacier melt, alongside expanding infrastructure and cruise ship tourism. The study concludes that similar hazard cascades could lead to future disasters. Sugar advocates for meticulous assessment of vulnerable slopes and investment in early warning systems, noting the significant ecological impact observed. Global News reports that Ontario is set to lower the age for colorectal cancer screening from 50 to 45, effective July 1. This adjustment, based on new guidelines from Cancer Care Ontario, addresses a notable increase in diagnoses among younger populations. Health Canada and the Canadian Cancer Society have advocated for this change nationwide, citing evidence of a 2 to 2.5-fold increase in early-onset colorectal cancer compared to previous generations. The decision is supported by modeling that demonstrates earlier screening can reduce both the incidence and mortality rates of the disease. Ontario's Ministry of Health stated that this initiative aligns with their efforts to promote earlier detection and treatment, similar to their earlier changes in breast cancer screening age. The new guidelines also include adjusted screening protocols for individuals with a family history of colorectal cancer. Global News reports that Canada's National Public Alert System, Alert Ready, is scheduled for testing over the next 2 days. Test messages will be broadcast across most provinces and territories, with exceptions in Quebec and Saskatchewan. The tests are designed to ensure the system's effectiveness in delivering critical information during emergencies. Canadians can expect to receive test alerts on television, radio, and compatible wireless devices. The article notes that there is no option to opt out of either the test messages or real emergency alerts. Specific testing times are provided for several provinces and territories, including Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, Newfoundland, and Labrador, the Northwest Territories, Nova Scotia, Nunavut, PEI, and Yukon. Ontario is scheduled for a test on Thursday. Global News reports that Canadians planning summer road trips in 2026 should brace for significantly higher costs. Experts indicate that rising fuel prices are making both car and RV travel considerably more expensive. Patrick DeHaan, a petroleum analyst at GasBuddy, warns that gas prices are showing no signs of easing and could potentially reach or exceed the 2022 record high of $2.10 per liter. This trend means that a substantial increase in fuel expenses should be budgeted for compared to previous summers. For RV owners, the impact is even greater due to larger fuel tanks, with diesel RVs also facing higher costs. Despite these price hikes, there is still high demand for outdoor recreation and domestic travel within Canada, with many campgrounds expected to be fully booked. Travelers are advised to consider downsizing their trips or opting for more local destinations to manage their budgets effectively. Experts suggest that while fuel costs are up, focusing on saving in other areas like food and attractions can help make trips more affordable. Loblaw, then dead, has announced a 10% increase in its quarterly dividend, coinciding with an increase in first quarter profit and revenue compared to the same period last year. The company, known for its Loblaws and Shoppers Drug Mart banners, will now pay a quarterly dividend of 15.5183 cents per share. up from the previous 14.1075 cents. According to the report from City News Everywhere, Loblaw's profit attributable to common shareholders for the 12-week period ending March 28 was $594 million, or 50 cents per diluted share, an increase from $503 million, or 42 cents per diluted share, an increase from $503 million, or 42 cents per diluted share a year prior. Total revenue, including retail operations and the PC Financial business, reached $14.72 billion, up from $14.14 billion in the first quarter of 2025. This growth was driven by a 2.4% increase in food retail same-store sales and a 4.1% gain in drug retail same-store sales. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.